So welcome to session number 3 out of the full 6 session series of chair-based cardiac rehab. So today we're going to up the level a little bit more. We're going to do some quicker moves and we'll be using a little bit of equipment as well. So today I'm going to be using a walking stick. If you've got a walking stick, use that. If you haven't got a walking stick, it may be a sweeping brush or a mop that you want to use instead. And then I also have 2 tins of beans as well. So the variety of exercises I'm going to be doing are going to show you using objects that you can find around the home.
Okay, and I will be using some weight. So with me today I have a 1 kilogram set of weight and I have a 0.5. So obviously just use it to your level, but if you have any weights at home, you're more than welcome to use them as well. So we'll be using weight on my side.
So there's going to be 2 examples of each exercise depending on what equipment you have available to you at home. Before we get started, as usual, just make sure that you've got a well ventilated room in which to exercise in, that you've got a little bit of water next to you and that the area is free from clutter. So what we'll do then, we're going to do a pulse raiser, we're going to do a main section, we're then going to add a little bit of resistance exercise in, which is something that we haven't done yet on this series, so that's a new one to look out for. And then we're going to cool you down again at the end. So we're looking at about 20 minutes this time on this workout. Okay, so we're going to start off with that heel raise, and what we're doing is we're speeding those movements up now. So we're already starting from a slightly higher level to begin with than what we've done on the previous 2 sessions. So again, as normal, check that posture first before you get into your main workout. Make sure the shoulders are relaxing down, the body's up nice and tall. You're going to imagine that you've got a piece of string on the crown of your head that's stretching your body up and lifting it up nice and tall. Lovely. Let's change that motion. Now we're going to go for a toe raise. So still keeping that pace a little bit quicker. So what we've done with the music is we've swatched the music up a little bit now. So you're going to notice that the beat of the music is a little bit quicker. And we're using that as motivation to make our movements a little bit quicker in order to raise that heart rate a little bit more now that we're starting to improve that fitness level. Okay, we're going to come on to our next move, which is going to be a toe tap in front. Let's go. Amazing, isn't it, how a different beat makes you exercise at a completely different pace. Always good for that motivation. Lovely. On the next one, we're going to go for a heel dig this time. So heel digs in and toes come up. One more each side, and then we're going to go to our side taps this time, left and then right. So because these movements are a little bit quicker during this session, we're adding more of them in now, so we're still getting that same length of a pulse raiser, but we're just moving them a little bit quicker. And again, at any point, if you're having a bad day and it gets too much too soon, just drop down and just go back to session 2 where you left off again. That's absolutely fine. 4 more, 4, 3, 2. We're going to do a front raise this time, coming up to the front and back down. 10 more there, only 10. 9, 8. Last 4, everybody together. 3, 2, 1. We're going to go to the chest press, front and back, so you'll notice this one from the previous ones. Again, we're just moving a little bit quicker this time. Don't forget to breathe as well, guys. Make sure you're keeping that breathing nice and regular. Trying to hold that breath. So remember, we're not going completely at RPE level 13 just yet. We're building up there. So if you're finding that you're reaching that somewhat hard stage already, again, just go at your own level, go back a step and go back to session 2 if it's getting too much too soon. 4 more there. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. We're going to have a bicep curl this time, so we're just touching the shoulders and lowering the hands back down. So those are our 8 moves for the warm-up. We're going to go through those same 8 moves again. I'm doing around about 20 repetitions of each one. Let's get 10 more there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Back to that heel raise that we started off with. So again, feeling for that beat. That beat's going to kick back in a minute. I'm going to use that beat to motivate us to do those movements a little bit quicker. And again, just checking in with that posture throughout. Just starting to elevate the heart rate at the moment. Raising it slowly in a safe way. Giving 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, toes raised up this time. More. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to that toe tap. Press down in front. More. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to raise the toes up, dig that heel in this time.
Trying to keep symmetrical to you then.
Yes, if you've got more than one person in that household doing it together, feel free to have a little bit of a giggle as you mess up. Luckily, myself and Emma aren't at risk of whacking each other by accident because we are doing these videos during the COVID pandemic, so we're keeping 2 meters apart, so it's given us a safe distance, so if we both go in opposite directions, we're not at risk of giving each other a black eye. Lovely, good job. Let's change that movement to a side tap now. More. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up to the arms, we're going to do front raise. Set up and down. Up and down. So just following that pace that both myself and Emma are using, that's going to help you to increase the intensity. So even though the moves will be familiar from the previous sessions, they're going at a quicker pace now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Chest press this time, hands at the side, pushing forward and back.
Keep going next. I'm so sorry.
This is the bit where it's safe. We've got a 2 meter distance. Oi, speed up. You're going too quick. So it is always important that you go at your own pace. Feeling the beat beats can be interpreted individually as well. We all feel a different beat sometimes. Just use that music to motivate yourself. At least we've not got to do any dancing. No. We're all right. We're safe.
We're not made for strictly.
Okay, last 4. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Going straight into that bicep curl now. Right, 10 more. Last bit of the warm up. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Feeling warmer, Emma?
Yes, very warm.
Good. I'm feeling warmer as well. So now, on to some nice objects that we promised. So just make sure you've got your little bits and pieces around that you need.
So I'm going to start with a 0.5 kilogram weight on my side.
And I've got my stick here as well. So we're combining leg and arm movements together on this one. We've got 4 different variations and we're going to repeat them through 4 times as our main aerobic workout. After that, I'm then going to come to the tins of beads and we'll go on to a higher dumbbells and we'll then do a resistance session after. So the cardiac session that we're going to do now, that is to increase the heart rate, to help the cardiovascular system. And then the resistance exercises that we're going to do after is help to improve your strength of your muscles, and we're also going to help with a little bit of bone density there if we can as well. Okay, so we're going to do a toe tap and a chest press together. So let's set that pace off. This time I'm going to do a leg extension and I'm going to do an upright row with my stick. So as my leg goes out, I'm going to lift up with the stick.
So nice strong core on this one, sit nice and tall, make sure those elbows are pointing out as well.
So Emma's got a slightly difficult version of this exercise. She's got slightly heavier weight than what I've got on the stick. So that's how we can vary between the movements. 4 more moves, then we're going to put the objects down. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. So we're going to pop those down out of the way now, and we're going to go into a side tap with a side raise.
There we go, waiting for you.
Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs back to the middle. Heels are doing a heel raise, and each time we raise up, we're going to punch with one hand and then the other. Are you going to go with weights or without? How are you feeling on this one? We're going to save that for the resistance session, are we? Okay, let's go. So heel raise and a punch. So just showing you how there is a bit of variation that you can do even within each individual session of the series. So we're on session 3 at the moment of 6, so we're halfway through. We're doing well. Okay, 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Super. So we're going to get those objects again. So we're going to go back to that first move, which is our toe tap with a chest press. Are we ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Lovely, guys. Don't forget to breathe as well. Think about that breathing. This is a little bit harder than the session 1 and 2. So don't forget to breathe. Stay hydrated as well where you can. As I said, this is a little bit harder. We're halfway through our 6 series.
Okay, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Next one, we're on our leg extension and upright row. Let's go. So hopefully feeling a difference now between this level of intensity and the level we were at when we first began in our warm-up. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, we can pop the objects down for this one. We're going to go into a side tap and side raise, so let's go. More there, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, straight into that heel raise with a punch now. So try not to have any breaks between those moves. Now we've got that heart rate elevated. So ideally, the intensity we want to get at is to be able to RPE at level 13, which we class as that somewhat hard zone. So somewhat hard means that you can feel yourself breathing a little bit heavier through the mouth, but still the same as me and Emma, we can hold little bits of conversations with each other if we wanted to. We're not working that hard to the point that we can't breathe. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, going back for those objects again. Toe tap with the chest press first. Let's go. Straight in.
Those arms are starting to hurt a little bit now. It's good.
We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Leg extension and upright row. Now do make sure as you start to feel your heart rate rising and that body getting warmer, some muscles can become a little bit more tired. And sometimes it's the muscles around the core first. So what that means is you can start to slouch a little bit in your chair. We don't want that. Keep it up nice and tall still. As your body gets more tired, it is more difficult to keep that posture upright. So make sure you keep checking in with that posture throughout. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, we can pop the objects back down again. We're going to go.
Key line this time.
Oh, she's going for it now. Trying to reach that RPE 13, are we? So again, depending on where you RPE, you can put weights in. If you maybe RPE at perhaps 11, 12, and you want to work a bit harder, you can add the weights in. Or at this point, if you're finding that these exercises aren't reaching anywhere near somewhat hard for you, then well done you. You've got a good level of fitness and you're ready for the next stage up.
That's
Last
nice.
pause. A bit. Only 2 left. Well done. Good job. Okay, next one is a heel raise and punch. Are you keeping those weights on?
I am.
Brilliant. Let's go. So we've done 3 rounds of these exercises so far. We're doing 4 rounds in total. So hang on in there with us, guys. We've got 1 more round. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Super. I'm going to grab my stick. Emma already has her weight. And we are toe tap and chest press. Let's go. 10 more last round. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Good job. Leg extension upright row. Let's go. More, come on.
That last round.
8, this is where it counts. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sticks or dumbbells down.
Gonna be such a
Unless you're really going for it, then you can keep hold of them dumbbells. Are we ready? Side tap, side raise. More. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just heel raises this time with our punches. You'll be glad to know now we're coming to the end of that main workout bit. We're going to have some resistance for you next. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, well done. Okay, so there's our little cardio section done. We're just going to bring the heart rate down a little bit by having a little drink and then just keeping those toes marching. So before we go straight into the resistance, we're just bringing the heart rate down a touch before we do our weighted exercises. So for the weights, I'm now going to add my tins of beans in to create extra tension on the muscle to work it a little bit harder. And Emma's then going to move up to her heavier dumbbells. So again, just shake yourself off. Loosen that upper body off. So the idea with the next exercises we go through is that you're going to feel them more in your muscles than what you are in terms of an elevated heart rate and breathing heavier. Doesn't mean they're going to be easier, because if they're not, they're going to help to improve your strength. Lovely. Okay, so let's grab the weights that we're going to use. I've got my tins of beans, got my dumbbells. So if we go for between 8 and 10 repetitions on these, myself and Emma, we're going to go for the 10 reps. But if it's your first time doing resistance exercises, you might want to start a little bit lower and just go for 8 reps. If you've not lifted continuously against a resistance before, such as dumbbells or tins of beans, you may feel a little bit achy the next day. Just want to reassure you that that is absolutely normal. It's just a sign that your muscles are repairing and developing a little bit stronger than what they were before. Okay, so first one we're going to go for is a bicep curl. We're going to do 10 reps. We're going to slow it down a little bit now because we're lifting the weights. Shall we go? Let's have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. How do them arms feel? Good. Feel a difference between that and the cardio work? Yes, you can see the difference there. Next one, we're going to go for a front raise. We're going to do 10 of those as well. So just lift it up nice and steady, just till your hands are about level with the shoulders, and then back down again. So we're not swinging or jerking the movements, we're doing them slow and controlled. So we're on 5, we've got 5 more if we're going to 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. The next one, we're going to go for a punch. So because we've got that resistance, we're not going to go super quick on these ones. We want to go slow and controlled, and we're rotating, we're twisting through the shoulder into that punch. So nice and steady. You've got weights this time, working those muscles a little bit harder. Let's go for 10. Are we ready? So that's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Brilliant, well done. So just 3 exercises there on the upper body. We don't want to overdo it. This is our first time bringing resistance exercises into our workout. So we're going to move on to the lower body now. So myself and Emma are going to do 2 different variations of this exercise. So what I'm doing is just sitting on the chair upright. I've got the 2 tins of beans on the floor in front of me, and I'm just tapping and just pushing a little bit of weight through my foot onto the tins of beans.
And I'm going to be doing a chair raise. So it's not a sit to stand, it's in the middle. So we're going to come up, put some pressure through the heels of the feet, and then sit back down. So it's a slight movement to get you out of the chair, but back down. We're not fully extended, okay? So the tension's in the legs, and you're going to sit back down, okay? So we're coming up, and then back down, okay?
Okay, and we're going to go for 10 repetitions again. Use 10 as a number to build up to. You might want to start at 6, 8, if you can manage 10. Brilliant. Do the amount of repetitions that you feel comfortable with. Okay, are we ready? Let's go for it. Off we go.
So those chair raises, make sure they're nice and controlled. We're not rushing the movement, making sure we can feel that tension in the legs. So as I said, it's not a sit to stand, it's a halfway house exercise. Don't rush it, and don't forget to breathe.
So the higher intensity option here is the option that Emma's doing. Now do be careful if you are worried about your balance or your leg strength, you don't want to topple over. If you're happier in the seat, tapping onto those tins of beans, then go for that seated option. If you've done this video once through already and you're thinking about moving on to the next section, have a little go at the exercise that Emma's doing. That will give you good standing, ready for the next level in this series.
Also, if you don't want to have your hands off the chair and you've got some handles next to them, you can always support yourself out of the chair by holding on if that makes you feel a little bit steadier. But it's your choice after all.
Lovely, well done. Okay, I'm just going to pop those tins out of the way now. Hopefully we can still manage one more resistance exercise on those legs. Do you think you can manage another one, Emma?
One more,
Yeah, so what we're going to do this time is a leg extension. We're going to do a single leg, so we're just extending the leg out and back down. We're going to do 10 on one side and then swap over and do 10 on the other side. So you'll feel a difference now moving that one leg continuously. We're going to get those quads and hamstrings, two very large, very important muscles that have a big connection to the health of your heart as well. Okay, shall we go for it? Leg extension. I'm going to go for my left leg first. Which one are you going to go for?
I'll keep it the same.
We'll go for the left. Okay, let's have slow and controlled. Let's have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Swap over to that other leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, well done. So that's a little introduction to your resistance style exercise session. What we're going to do now is continue to cool you down, go through the body again, nice and gentle, just taking that RPE down again. So we've done some cardiovascular exercise, we've now done some resistance exercise, we're going to cool ourselves back down. Okay, so let's just take it back to that heel dig again. So we've got no weights now, just going a little bit gentle. Lovely, and then we'll change. We'll have the toe tapping down this time instead of the heel. So just winding back now. And what we never want to do is stop abruptly. So if you are doing a workout and say the doorbell goes or the telephone rings, just do make sure that you don't just suddenly stop. Allow your heart rate to come down slowly. Last one, and bring those feet back to the middle. We're going to do a heel raise now. Heels up and back down. So straight away I can feel the difference in my RPE now. I'd say I've gone from about a 12, close to a 13, back down to about 10, 11 now. So working our way down. keep the heels down, raising the toes up. Lovely, and then we're going to go back to that heel dig. Just winding down. Lovely, and then we'll change it to the toe tap in front, just pointing the toe out and back down. Lovely, and then feet back into the middle. We're going to raise the toes and drop them back down again. So because this was our first time doing some resistance moves, we're going to get a few little stretches in here as well as we cool down. Okay, last one, just give me a heel raise now, heels up and back down. Okay, so we're just going to stretch a few of the muscles off that we've used now. So sitting up nice and tall, drawing the shoulders back, we're just going to drop the chin down onto the chest. So we're just going to feel a mild stretch on the back of the neck and perhaps going into the upper back if we're a little bit tense there. And then bringing the head back to the centre. Then we're just going to bring our arms in front, relax the shoulders down and just stretch and pull those arms forward. So we're getting a mild stretch on the upper back now. And remember, breathing throughout, don't hold your breath doing these exercises. And relax that one down. And then we're going to have a scoop up to shoulder height, filling the lungs up, exhaling back down, inhaling up, exhaling back down. Super. Then we're going to pop one heel on the floor. You might remember this one from the previous one, the other foot flat, hand on top of the other. Hinging at the hips to lean forward, so the back's staying quite neutral and quite straight, and it's just that bending from the hips that we're looking for. We're not sort of slouching at the back, back's staying nice and neutral. And bring that one in, and then swapping over onto the other side, one hand on top of the other, up nice and tall first, hinging at the hips. Back to the centre. So to finish, we're just going to take a big breath in. We're going to give ourselves a big full body stretch, almost as if it's the first stretch that you do in the morning. Up nice and tall, a little bit of a wiggle, and exhale back down and give yourselves a big clap. Session 3. You're now halfway through, and we'll see you in the next one for session number 4.